Ja Morant, nobody believes you, bro. Nobody believes you. I don't say that flippantly. I'm a fan of Ja Morant. He is a superstar that I want this game to celebrate for years and years to come. Me, speaking for everybody here, I believe, not just here at ESPN, but in the world of sports. Why would we root against you? Because it's better for all of us that you just put your greatness on display with no troubles whatsoever, because I believe this man will win a championship. Wouldn't surprise me if he won the championship next year after he comes back, because I think he'll be hellified. But the fact of the matter is, Ja Morant, and I'm speaking directly to Ja Morant and his family, the reason why you're not believed is because you already lied. And that statement that Adrian Wojnarowski, the ultimate insider, just read on the national airwaves that he received from your agent, okay? I'm not casting aspersions on your agent or anybody else. I'm saying it sounds somewhat similar to what you said on camera months ago with your first suspension. So Ja Morant has to understand you're not believed. Nobody believes the thing that you're saying right now. You really are in a show improve point. You're at a show improve point. We know what you could do on the basketball court, but now it's a show improve element when it comes to your character. Because the mistakes you made, you not only looked Adam Silver in the face, you went on camera on national TV getting interviewed by Jalen Rose, and you clearly lied. No one believes you. We hope you're telling the truth. But if you ask somebody to bet money that the veracity and truthfulness of your words are something we should embrace, ain't nobody bet money on that, bro. Nobody. And you need to know that as you move forward. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah.
After you shoot it, just
He should do the grenade. For him, it's a gun.
If they find for the grenade,
Any weapon.
any weapon, any.
It ain't a gun, though. It ain't a gun.
I mean, John is listening. John's paying attention.
It's not a gun. So we cool with that.
Yeah, Gillen said he don't care. He said, at this point, throw the grenade. You with all of it.
My opinion is this. Let me be clear. I'm for all the ignorant shit. I've never been. Only reason I was against certain shit is because I want to see Ja Morant play. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's going to cost us not to see the kid play, cool. I'm going to go against the grain nigga. I do everything against the grain. I don't do anything that supports the regular programming of America. I go against Ja Morant. Keep it up. I'm with it. As long as they going to let you play, I'm down. You know what I took from the grenade? Fuck, you took 75,000, make it 100. So find me 100,000. Fuck up, y'all find me a little 75,000. Make it 150. Fuck is you talking about, man?
Dirk Nowitzki is in the house tonight. Great to see Dirk getting ready for doing what we do, his broadcaster role, starting on Amazon next year.
YouTube, what it do? It's your guy CJ, back with another video, back with another episode of the CJ Wilkins YouTube channel. So y'all saw the videos, y'all saw the clips before, man. And you know, Ja Morant, you know, is very, he's like an enigma right now, you know, in the basketball, NBA universe, you know. And me being a Memphis Grizzlies fan, I'm talking day one, die hard, Pau Gasol, Jason Williams, Shane Battier, Mike Conley, Zach Randolph, Rudy Gay. Me being a lifelong Memphis Grizzlies fan, this is a video that I'm going to have a lot of fun doing, right? And I got to tell you, man, I really hope Ja Morant continue to be himself. I really hope Ja keeps being Ja. You know what I'm saying? Because all of this fake outrage, selective outrage, and I call it selective outrage because the celebration dance he does with the gun pointing, 60% of the NBA does that. It's actually an animation in NBA 2K25 if you're a gamer or you play, NBA simulations or things like that. So the outrage with Ja is fake, bro. It's so fraudulent, man. Because at the end of the day, Ja Morant is a generational talent, I think. I think he is one of those guys who can be the face of the NBA, but I also think that with this younger generation too, man, I don't think those guys really put a lot of stock into what the media put stock into. You know what I mean? I don't know if Anthony Edwards care about being the face of the league. I don't think Ja Morant gives two you-know-whats at being the face of the NBA, right? But one thing you cannot deny, right? You just cannot deny is that he is going to be one of the top 10 point guards in this league for a very long time. Regardless of how you feel about his antics, things he do off the court, on the court. On the court, man, you really got to just be in awe of what he's done so far, right? And what he's going to continue to do. As far as the celebrations, man, listen, bro. With he got a new celebration out now, like the bomb, right? Where like he throws like the grenade and he hold his ears and stuff, man. That shit clever, bro. It's clever, man. And it's clever because he's trolling the people who are the foghorn carriers of the selective outrage, the fake outrage, right? Because if Quentin Grimes for the Sixers hit a three and he hold up a gun, or Klay Thompson in Dallas, or anybody like Trae Young hit a three and do that, Karl Anthony Towns will like do that in New York, or Dame in Milwaukee will knock down a half-court shot and do the same celebration. No one bats an eye, right? And the thing is this here, I would have a problem with Ja doing the gun celebration if everybody was held accountable to the same standard. Because he's not, I really don't care. That's something I can let slide, because at the end of the day, as much as the media, weirdos online, I'm going to get to the weirdos online in a minute. I'm going to get y'all in just a second. Hold on. And I won't forget about it. They like to paint Ja Morant in this guise that he's somehow like a villain, or he's a criminal, or he's a guy who's bad for the NBA, right? Especially some of you Sambo, Uncle Tom, Uncle Ruckus ass guys online. Oh, he gonna lose his job. Oh, the NBA stand for something that, he got a good old opportunity down there in Memphis, though, master. Boy, he gonna mess around and lose his job down there in Memphis. I'm like, man, shut up. Shut your coon ass up, man. Like, listen, Ja Morant is not breaking any laws. He not getting arrested. He don't have any felonies. Don't have no convictions, bruh. Not putting nobody's life in harm. He hasn't injured anybody. Ja Morant just go out and play basketball, and he does it at a high level, man. Insanely athletic, all the God-given ability. And Ja, man, is just really, truly, he just out there having fun, bro. He's just out there having fun. And from a historical context, man, the great Hall of Famer Charles Barkley once said, I am not a role model. I'm not a role model. These weirdos on these panels, man, these strange guys online, trying to police what Ja can and can't do as far as a celebration. We're talking about celebrations, man. Not crime, not violence. We talking about celebrations. And it blows my mind that, in the media and online, and people who, in the barbershop even, weirdos who have this opinion that Ja is somehow like, messing up an opportunity. Ja is somehow he gonna get in trouble or something, or like he's gonna do something that's going to be detrimental to the welfare of society or civilization by him doing a celebration. I just don't get it. For the life of me, I do not understand it. Ja Morant is a young man. He is out here, like, like living out his dream, One of the best in his age group, I'll say, in his age range, I think he's 23, 24. In his age group, he top 5 or 6, man. Like, he gonna be one of the ones. And I don't have a problem with his celebrations. Not because I'm a Memphis Grizzlies fan or I'm a Ja Morant fan or anything like that. But it's truly because, man, the outrage at Ja is not real, bro. And I just can't respect anything that's not real. It's not justified. It's not. There's no tangible reason why Ja Morant is hated the way that he is if we're solely looking at the game of basketball. Now, you may not be a fan of him, like, getting in trouble. Now, him getting caught, like, in the car a year ago, like, posing with the gun, that was some dumb shit. But, he a young dude, man. He's a kid. He's not a kid anymore, but, like, he was a young guy, probably influenced by the culture, You know how trash the culture is, Everybody want to be a thug, or they got to show they tough or this or that, right? But as far as, like, these on-court celebrations, man, there's maybe, 375 players in the National Basketball Association. I can say 55 to 65% of players who hit threes or they hit big shots in today's league, they do that very same celebration. Not the grenade. Ja was original with that. Ja said, I'm going to go ahead and just do something different, But I just don't get why people are so offended, man. Because at the end of the day, you really got to ask yourself, what harm is he doing to the general public? What law is he breaking? What rule? Now, if there's a rule, if there's a law within the NBA code of ethics or the book of rules in the NBA that Adam Silver, like, has in place, well, you can't just suspend Ja Morant for that or just fine Ja for that. Ja is someone who's being singled out. And I will say, man, I'm a guy who always, like, when I watch like hero movies and whatnot, I always kind of, I don't hate the hero, but I always kind of root a little bit for the villain. Because if you really think about, like, movies, right, especially, like, when there's an antagonist and a protagonist in the hero sense, a lot of times the villain makes a lot of sense. Like, I don't think Thanos was, quote-unquote, the bad guy in Avengers. And I know that's debatable, and that's a different subject or topic. Even in Dark Knight Rises, Joker made a lot of sense. Joker was really, like, he was an intellectual, like, but he saw the world for what it really was. So in a sense, oh shit, I just came to a new revelation, bro. Joker was red. I'm trolling right now. Joker was red pill, bro. Joker was not blue pill about shit. Joker was just, hey, listen, this is how it is. But I kind of always lean towards the guy or the person who lives within their truth and they be themselves. But if they're, like, booed, or if people is, like, throwing, like, like, hate at them, sometimes you have to lean into the role of the villain or the bad guy. And I know for all intents and purposes, it's entertainment, it's just basketball, it shouldn't be that deep, it shouldn't be that serious, but I will say, man, I do like the character. I don't know Ja personally, so I don't know if it's him or if it's a character. A lot of weirdos online I see chastising a brother for having a father growing up, and he had a dad in his life, and he trying to be tough, man. Like, you don't have to be. You're not pretending to be a thug or tough because you pose with guns. Being in America and how the Second Amendment and the right to bear arms is such an American standard. for some reason, when a person of color shows a love or an appreciation of said guns, now they're a thug. But you can see guys on a hunting trip posing with their guns and there's no problem, right? But anyway, that's a different subject matter too that I can get off on. But I truly just have a problem with the hypocrisy of it all. And that's one thing, if you know me, if you've been like watching any of my content, or if you know me personally in real life, or you follow me on social media, one thing that I'm gonna always call out, one thing that I have a deep disdain for is hypocrisy. It's hypocrisy. Like, so if you got a problem with the gun like celebration or whatever, you gotta have it for everybody. You can't just have it for Ja because it's convenient, because he may or may not have a track record of doing things that's questionable, you know. You gotta be like, you gotta keep it 100 across the board. You gotta keep it 100% even and equal across the board. Because I'm old enough to remember a lot of weirder, worser things in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Like, I recall Dennis Rodman showing up to games in wedding dresses and lipstick and G-strings on, and I've seen Draymond Green. I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm talking about. From I've seen Draymond Green of the Golden State Warriors punt men's testicles into their bodies, like literally, like punt guys in their genitalia regions. I've seen Gilbert Arenas bring an actual firearm into an NBA locker room. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that you got this young man out here in Memphis who's having fun on the court, celebrating, he's playing into that bad guy role so well. You know, if y'all gonna find me for the gun, I do the gun thing again. You'll find me for the gun. Now I'll start doing the explosions. And what he's doing is kind of sending a message to the NBA, like, hey man, look, I'm gonna keep being me, you know. And I love that. I think it's great for Ja. I think it's great for his brand. I think it's great for inadvertently, I think it's really good for the organization, for the Grizzlies. Because, you know, Memphis is one of those small market teams, man. And, you know, you don't get a lot of, like, national spotlight when you play for the Memphis Grizzlies. So even though a lot of the press is kind of, like, chastising his former, like, washed-up players, chastising him, players who, by the way, have done far worse things in their career. Paul Pierce, I think he did a segment the other day trying to give Ja some information. This is the same idiot buffoon on ESPN as an analyst for ESPN who got fired by live streaming with like strippers all in the background. And this is recent. This ain't no, oh, he was young. Like, no, this man like in his 40s trying to be an EBT version of like, you know, like Hugh Hefner. And he got fired as an ESPN analyst, trying to give Ja Morant advice. The same dude, the same Paul Pierce who got stabbed at a nightclub, right, on some Pookie and Ray Ray shit back in the early 2000s. People forget about that. So you can't, you know, the people who I've seen try to give advice, and then the weirdos on these internet panels, man, these awkward YouTubers, bro, elderly, baby boomer, out of the loop, have never, at 50, 60 years old, 40 years old, haven't sniffed the amount of success that Ja Morant has, right? You know, going at his father. I was watching this one show, man, and it really disappointed me, bro. Like, but one of the panelists was like, man, you know, he got a bad father, man. You know, his dad ain't doing his job. Shannon Sharp coon ass too, man. Was on that same type of dumb talk, you know. And it's unfortunate when you see that, man, because, you know, anybody who knows like T. Morant, that's Ja's father, right? This dude has been in his son's life. He has done such a great job in bringing his kid up. You know what I'm saying? Ja is just a wild kid, man. Ja is a kid who is is a free spirit, man. Like, he's young, he's successful, he's wealthy, he's talented, he's gifted, and he does what he wants to do, right? You got to ask yourself, though, right? When you look at the profession and when you look at the personal, what has he done in his personal life that's so egregious to where he should be not amongst civilization? The answer is nothing, right? But because you don't like a gun pose he do, or you don't like how, rambunctious he may be at certain times, you may not like the bravado that he brings to the court. I see people attacking Ja, attacking his parents. Brother comes from a beautiful family, man. Hard-working father. His father played basketball. His family is well respected, in South Carolina, like where they come from, And trying to paint Ja as a thug or a fake thug or whatever, it's weird, bro. It's the weirdest thing, man. People do the gun celebration, and no one says anything about it. But Ja does it, and that's when you get the selective outrage or the selective I'm fake pissed off at him because like he doing it, And it's just like, I hope Ja Morant, man. I know Ja may not ever see this video, right? I got a small channel or whatever, man. But if this video is ever able to get to Ja, I want Ja to know, bro, we proud of you, dog. And I am a person who I want you to continue being your authentic self. As long as you're not hurting nobody, you're not out here killing anyone. Keep killing them defenses, though. Keep killing other teams, you know what I'm saying? Keep doing your thing. Keep putting up 30, 40 on whenever you feel like it. But as long as you're not bringing harm to any people, you're not out here abusing anyone, you're not out here, getting caught for DUI or failing drug tests or, beating on women or like harming kids, or you're not out here doing nothing that would jeopardize your life or the life of anyone else, brother, keep being you. Keep being great. Because the people critiquing you are people who will never, ever sniff a modicum of the success that you have already received, but what you're getting ready to accomplish over the next 10 to 12 years. Right? These are people who, they're just haters, bro. They're haters. They're haters because there's no context. There's no context as to why they're chastising you the way that they're doing, bro. You know what I'm saying? But me, I don't have a problem with none of the celebrations. I think it's creative. I think it's fun. I think the NBA itself, the product, has become a very mundane and predictable and boring sport. I apologize for this cheap motorcycle in traffic next to me, guys. It's kind of loud, but yeah, man, like, big shout out to Ja Morant, bro. And keep doing you. Keep being yourself. Don't let these weirdo, don't let these like washed up anchors or these weirdos online who are like in their mama's basement, talk shit about, your celebration and how you're wrong for kids and why you're bad for, because at the end of the day, Ja Morant is not a role model. Ja Morant is a basketball player. And this is the main part I wanted to get to. Ja Morant is a entertainer for the National Basketball Association. He plays basketball. If you are a grown man and you are expecting another grown man to be an example for what a man should be for your child, you shouldn't be a parent. You shouldn't be a father. If you're expecting a 24-year-old NBA star to set the example for how your children should act and conduct themselves, I think you're a moron. I really do. I don't think you're that intelligent. You should have the wherewithal and the guts and the cojones, right, to set the standard and the example for how your children should be. You want your son to operate in a way that's honorable, a way that's respectable, a way that's classy, a way that, kowtows to the way civilization tell you need to be, then you need to set that example. You need to teach your child that. But getting mad at Ja because kids are watching him is crazy to me. I don't understand it. Ja Morant never signed up to get drafted. He never entered the draft for the National Role Model Association, right? He entered the draft for the National Basketball Association, and he plays basketball very well. I would say he, in about a year or two, when he gets into his prime, I don't think you'll be able to name a more elite talent in the league. But Ja Morant is not a role model. It's not Ja Morant's job to be an example for your kids. If your kids are Memphis Grizzlies fans and they like Ja, and you think your child is going to walk around the school holding up a gun pose because of Ja, because you have an inability to healthily influence your kids the way that they should be influenced, that's your problem. That's not Ja Morant's problem. That's not T. Morant Senior's problem, right? That's not the Morant family problem. That's your problem. That's something you need to deal with, and you're gonna have to deal with. But all of this fake ass like chastising I be seeing online, and Ja Morant should be more of a he should be more of a positive representation of the game, and he needs to be more polite. He needs to be more docile. He needs to shut up and dribble. Some of you guys online, man, and back to this live stream that I was watching last week, bro, or it probably was this week, hearing old niggas sit back and tell a young black man to shut up and dribble, to me that was crazy. It was one of the most awkward things that I can recall seeing, bro. And they were just talking about, Ja Morant's a bad guy. He's wrong. He finna mess up his opportunity. A lot of coon talk, a lot of Steven from Django talk, a lot of House Negro talk, and it's predictable. You know what I'm saying? That generation is always like weird when it comes to young black men. They drop the ball and they like to chastise the youngins. You know what I'm saying? But I don't have no hate for Ja on this side, bro. Ja Morant is one of the better players in this league. Long as I'm not cutting on the TV and I'm seeing this man on First 48 or like it's a CNN headline talking about he done murked somebody, or he done, like ran over someone in traffic. Long as he ain't doing nothing to where he's a threat to society or civilization, brother, keep being you, keep doing you, keep being great, and let the haters hate, bro, because they don't have anything else to do. All right. As always, if you got CJ, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Drop your comments below. I want to have a conversation on this. If you're an NBA fan, you like Ja Morant, you hate Ja Morant, maybe I was off on this episode, let me know. Let's have a conversation. I'm out. Peace.